YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Big Beard B, and we are back for another edition of Big Beard Business. As you can see from the title, today we're talking about attraction, the art of seduction. And today I'm going to give you 5 fragrances that instantly make you more attractive. Now I know what you're thinking, yo B, how so? Now I was reading an article on thelist.com that said seductiveness is embedded in the history of perfume, which is why it's lasted so many centuries because, well, people like to feel liked. And these fragrances really are on those lines where they make you feel amazing. But not only do they make you feel amazing, they make you smell amazing, and you are now perceived by that special someone a little bit differently. Now, personally, I think that any decent fragrance reviewer or person who's talking about fragrance is going to kind of tell you this, that nothing is guaranteed, but these fragrances definitely set you in the right direction to getting the outcome that you desire. All right, so there's that. The fragrances that we'll talk about today really touch on a few different points, and I'll highlight a few points with them, but we'll also take a deeper dive into what makes these fragrances great and how to maximize your opportunity to smell amazing, be more attractive, etc. So without any further ado, we will hop into today's list. Now, the first fragrance we'll talk about today is one that is a gourmand fragrance that is complex, and this one is unique in its own right. The fragrance comes from the house of Shay and Blue, and this one is Shay and Blue's Salt Caramel. Now, as you would imagine, with a name like Salt Caramel, you would get saltiness, you would also get this caramel aspect within the scent, and you do for sure. Now, your main notes in a fragrance like this are going to be salt, it's going to be caramel, it's going to be tonka, and then you're also going to have some sandalwood within the scent as well. But that is crafted on top of a bit of bourbon vanilla, which just takes the scent to a new level. If you're looking at this fragrance in terms of what it offers in terms of overall scent profile, think of this as like a truffle, but without any of the calories needed to consume a truffle. This fragrance does smell amazing. It's decadent. As I did mention, this one has a unique feel, but it's also complex in the right that you have these ingredients that mesh and meld well together as a gourmand fragrance, but it's also super seductive and attractive. Salt Caramel was inspired by the official chocolatier of the Queen of England, so you know that this one is rich, it's elegant, and has an air of class and sophistication to it at the same time, but it definitely smells like it should be gobbled up. So you should be gobbled up by using this scent here. Now, as we go into the next fragrance on today's list, this is one that I've come back to over and over again. This one is a part of the Hedonist collection from the house of Initio, and this one happens to be Initio's Rehab. Now, Initio's Rehab is this fresh, spicy balm that gets people going. I always come back to this scent because since day one, this fragrance has been phenomenal in terms of compliment factor, in terms of alluring and seduction. This fragrance really does check the box and really gets people going in terms of that conversation, and it takes it there. Now, I've recently answered a question on this fragrance on Instagram because someone was like, yo B, could you wear this fragrance in the summer? And in fact, I would say you can, although this is anything but a summer fragrance. So let me explain. I initially came across this fragrance. This was sent to me based upon an event that we were doing down in Miami, and this is the fragrances that we were talking about. We're talking about the house of Initio, and this is my introduction to the line. So we did this in July, all right, in the dead of summer. It was hot, and I wore this scent to the event, and when I first smelled this fragrance, I thought, wow, this is amazing. Wore this one, hopped out of the car, and compliments began to roll in like crazy. They were back to back to back to back, and it's been that way ever since. And I recently wore this one the other day and kind of took a picture of my scent of the day, which was this fragrance here. And here we are in July, the dead of summer. I am rocking a fragrance that is not made for summer, but this fragrance does do a lot of things well in terms of what it does. This one is sexy, it's sensual, it's seductive, and definitely one that's going to boost your attractiveness. Walk out feeling confident when you wear that fragrance because you know that that one was done right. And speaking of walking out feeling confident, the fragrances are only one side of the game. The rest of it comes by way of how you truly look. And speaking of looking your best, then have no fear. Today's video sponsors are here, my good friends over at the company T.G.E. Hanley. Now, if you're not familiar with T.G.E. Hanley, they are uncomplicated skincare for men, and they specialize in making sure that you look your best. Now, we're going to talk about what they offer, but one of the cool things about it, because we're talking about fragrances today, everything that you smell in T.G.E. Hanley is natural. So they never, ever interfere with the fragrances that we're talking about today. So rest assured that you'll not only look your best, but you'll continue to smell your best, as nothing's going to interfere with how you smell. Now, I just finished my T.G.E. Hanley routine, so if you want to know why I look so amazing, there's your answer. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, but if you're new to skincare, they make things super simple for you because they have a directional card that tells you step by step. You can't get it wrong how much you should use, when you should use it, and how to yield optimal results so you can look your best. Now, as I mentioned, I just finished my skincare routine, so I started off with the facial wash. Yes, hopped in the shower, put a little bit of this in my hand, and got to work. Now, the T.G.E. Hanley Daily Wash can be used twice a day, morning and at night, to wash away all the oil, dirt, and grime, and to leave your skin feeling handsome and clean. It's safe for sensitive skin, and it helps keep oil production under control. And once you're done with their facial wash, you'll hop into their exfoliating scrub, which you can use twice a week. You don't want to go much more than twice a week because then you'll be counterproductive. But the twice a week facial scrub is great for removing dirt and bacteria and also evening out your skin tone. This one does have a special feel to it. I use it today. It makes my skin tingle in a good way. So be easy on that one. Don't use too much because you don't want to overdo it. And then finally, you'll hop into their AM and PM moisturizers, and they are done for special occasions. The AM moisturizer, you will use this one daily as you are stepping out of the house, and it has this SPF built in to help combat the sun. All right, you're going to make sure that you are fresh and rehydrated throughout the day, and at night you're going to use the PM moisturizer that's going to help repair your skin after a long day. So that's going to be the basics, but if you want to take it up a notch, you can always go to the level 3 skincare kit like your boy and have everything you need, including their super serum and their eye cream. Now, the eye cream helps combat crow's feet and wrinkles, while the super serum keeps your skin more youthful and tight and firm, so you kind of have everything you need to look and feel your best. Okay, so live your best life, integrate T.G.E. Hanley into your day-to-day, and you won't go wrong. Plus, because you're watching today's video, they're going to hook you up with a special offer. Click on the link down below and you're going to get a free gift. Yes, you heard your boy. You're going to get a free gift and a discount off of your first box. It's that simple. It really is that simple. All right, click on the link down below, learn more about T.G.E. Hanley, and feel your best while you are smelling your best. All right, that's the way it goes. And speaking of that's the way it goes, this next fragrance is in line because, well, we are used to flankers. Once a fragrance is successful, we get a flanker, and then that's the way things go. The fragrance that we're talking about today is L'Homme from YSL, and this one is the Eau de Parfum version. Now, you are familiar with the OG, the original, that light honeyish color fragrance that released years and years ago. Now we have a darker honeyish color, and this one still is along the lines of the original, but just so much better. Now, the L'Homme lineup has been a ton of flankers there, from La Nuit de L'Homme, you get just L'Homme Parfum, just a ton of fragrances that came along, but this scent here is one that we did not know we needed until today. Well, once it released, then this scent is top tier. It's phenomenal. You get a lot of that same feel that you got with the OG, amplified to a new level, and women still enjoy this fragrance. You spray this one on, you're going to increase your attractiveness, make you smell like the man when you walk through any room. YSL L'Homme à la Parfum. The next fragrance on my list today is one that is deep, it's sensual, it's rich. Could be a unisex fragrance, but in my opinion, this one more so leans on the side of masculine air. The fragrance that we're talking about comes from Xerjoff, and this one is Naxos 1861 or 1861 Naxos. This fragrance here is phenomenal. I've been singing the praises of this fragrance for well over 5 years because it is really just that magnificent of a scent. If you want to make sure that you stand out from a crowd, then this is one of those fragrances that you go to over and over again. Not a ton of people are going to smell like this one, and it does everything right, so to speak. Talking about the note breakdown here, we have bergamot, you have lemon, you have lavender within this scent. You also get some cinnamon, you get honey, you get tobacco within this fragrance as well, and you get some tonka and vanilla, just to name a few of the notes within the scent. But in terms of how the overall composition is, this fragrance has this underlying sweetness that is through and through. This also has this thickness that comes along with it, so it's dense in terms of the way this fragrance smells, but it's also sophisticated, refined, and you still have that alluring, attractive feel that comes along with the fragrance, such as this scent here. This one, in my opinion, is a fragrance that is going to be masculine, as I mentioned already, but it's also a fragrance that people will enjoy of almost any age. I started wearing this fragrance while I resided in Florida, and I would wear it in the summer, I would wear it in the winter, I would wear it in the spring, you name it, I had this fragrance on, and this fragrance did perform. This fragrance does lean a little bit more mature than some of the more youthful fragrances that we've talked about, but a phenomenal fragrance nonetheless that will garner the compliments needed, increase your attraction level up a few notches, and you will not miss with that fragrance. I've lent the other bottles that I've had out to people over the years. They enjoyed it, took it to parties, gotten amazing feedback, and didn't want to give it back, and they had that one within their collection as well. Xerjoff did a phenomenal job with that fragrance, one you can't go wrong with, in my opinion. Naxos from the house of Xerjoff. And the final fragrance that I want to talk about today comes from Armani, and this one is Armani Code Eau de Parfum. This one does tie back to the original scent, but this fragrance is done impeccable. Okay, this fragrance does still have that alluring, seductive, next level sensual feel. You're gonna get that with this scent, and pretty much with the entire line you'll get that, but there's also this clean feel within this fragrance that I think just adds that additional je ne sais quoi about it, so you can't go wrong with it. Performance is there, longevity is there, projection is there. You smell amazing wearing a fragrance like this, and one that I don't think you will be disappointed with. And this is one of the more cost-effective fragrances on our list today, so that even gives you an additional reason to want to reach out and try this fragrance, and it should be available at your local big box retailer. So make sure you're trying this one out and about as you are getting ready for your date nights, getting ready in an environment where you will be around people that you want compliments from, you want to increase your sex appeal, so to speak. Rock that fragrance along with the things that we talked about today from my good friends over at T. Hanley, and you will set yourself up for success. Listen, that's all I have for you today. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.